Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Heather. I hope you guys are doing well. Whether you are not getting this done yet, you're about to get it done, you have your e-day, you're in the literally dead-ass start of it all, or you're a veteran. Hi, how's it going? Glad I can help. I want to talk about something that's a constant freaking debate. I'm going to bring opinions. I'm going to bring facts. I'm going to bring things that even dentists are clueless about. So dentists, this is nothing against you. You're just not a denture wearer and you don't understand. So I'm going to help you and explain to the future denture wearers, actual denture wearers going through it now, and the dentists who are unaware, because our patients, we keep our mouths shut. We do. And we just hope for the best, and we don't say anything to dentists because we don't want them to feel that we're needy or whatever the case is, but we're going to change that today. So if you guys like my channel, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell button and click all. Because with my informational videos, my how-to videos, my giveaways, and everything, I don't want you guys missing out. And plus, if you ever get bored and you need some humor for the day, I'm your gal. So, I've been a denture wearer, guys, for my top for almost 3 years. My bottom, only 1 year. I got it done literally 1 year ago. And I have my permanent dentures that are freaking amazing. That I'm going to do a soft reline in, but gotta have time to do that. So once I put this, they're not loose. I just don't like hard acrylic on my gums, so I'm going to soft reline them, even though the front's super, super tight. So hopefully I can soft reline them and then go from there. But I want to talk about when people say, when you first get your dentures, they're like, our dentist tells me to keep them in for 24 hours, which that's the minimum. You're supposed to. Don't take them out at night. What it is the first 24 hours, you're still bleeding, even though if it's a little bit, mixes with your saliva, makes you feel like it's a lot, but it's really not in most cases. You're going to bleed. So understand the immediate denture acts as a band-aid. It covers it, protects it, keeps it away from the food and anything that can puncture and harm them. So it, in my opinion, and with facts added to it, immediate dentures help the process in many ways. Not only to help you quickly learn with immediate dentures and all that, because if you have nothing in your mouth for a long period of time, then you go put something in your mouth, it's going to be harder to adjust. So that's actually a fact. But my opinion is immediate dentures do help a lot. I know some people can't do it. I know financially I paid mine off gradually. Most insurances, especially if you have Medicaid like me, it doesn't cover it. They give you your permanent denture at 3 months, which I think is BS. Because permanent denture you should be getting at a year after your gums shrink and do all that. Because with Medicaid, nothing is covered. There is no warranty. There is none of that. I think I've heard of one person say for just their immediate dentures for a couple of months, they had a small tiny bit warranty, but that's not a warranty. And that's not helping. So when you expect somebody for a year to have so much gum shrinkage, I can literally put my permanent denture inside all my immediate dentures. Between my top and my bottom immediate denture, take my permanent ones for top and bottom, put them right inside. And that's because you get massive gum shrinkage and bone loss. Because the bones that was there filling in the sockets and it becomes a thin line. But people always say how long to keep the denture in your mouth. Some dentists say, most dentists say, after 24 hours, normally you're supposed to, after 24 hours, see your dentist. They take it out for the first time. They check your sockets. They do all that. They rinse your denture, pop it back in your mouth, make sure there's no issues where it's digging into anything. You do your first adjustments, then you go home. Then they tell you every night after that, you can just take your denture out at nighttime. But here's the problem. Starting from day 2 or 3, all the way up to, depends on the person, it can go up to day 10 with the swelling being at max, the max swelling, or a little bit less or a little bit more. Everybody's different for that point. I know people that had swelling, but they had no pain, which shout out to you. You're awesome. Because I wish I didn't have any pain when I did it. It was excruciating. Unfortunately, it put me into a bunch of flare-ups of my autoimmune, so it sucked. But I'm going to tell you guys the truth behind it. A lot of dentists, you were very unaware what dentures go through. What denture wearers go through. And it's kind of sad because you guys only know the logistics. You only know, I make the denture from the impressions, bite block, boom, hand them the denture, give them no instructions, no help, no nothing, and be done. I've only seen 3 years of me doing this, guys. Just me 3 years. Seeing people I've talked to, everything. Only about 10% of dentists show that they care and give people you know, hey, if you need my help, just get a hold of me. This is what to expect. Only 10% out of hundreds to thousands. But that's because it is and not their fault. They don't have dentures. So how the hell would they know? It's like them giving advice on how to cope with cancer and they've never had it before. You might be an oncologist, great, but do you have cancer? So they send them to somebody who can help, correct? Yes. Even I was sent to many, you know, therapists and doctors and stuff to how to cope with my illnesses and terminal issues. I don't think there's really issues. It is what it is, but when it comes to swelling, guys, and I've proven this by accident, if you take your denture out at nighttime, think of all the 8 hours or 6 hours or 10 hours or 12 that your gums have room to now expand. So the pain is a little less because the denture's not on it, holding it down and pushing the gums down to keep them in one spot. When you take out the denture, it might relieve your pain, but you're now expanding your swelling to be free. It has nothing blocking it and holding it in place, so it's free. So you wake up in the morning, you clean your denture, you look salt water your gums, and can't get your denture back in. That's because of the massive swelling. It is ridiculous. So I'm not a dentist, but I am a denture wearer, and I've done this twice. And I do think it is best interest for any denture wearer to keep the denture in overnight. You're still supposed to take out your denture 4 or 5 times a day, but in short bursts. So you take them out, you salt warm water your mouth, not your denture, please. So many people, I'm like, salt warm water your mouth, you know, your gums, and people do it with their denture in. The denture acts as a band-aid. You're not salt warm watering your gums, you're doing it to your denture. So you take out the denture, you clean your denture while you salt warm water rinse. I always tell people don't swish. If you do that, it can actually break up or dissolve a blood clot and cause more harm than good. So I always tell people just shake your head gently, and it rocks it back and forth gently, and it gets all over. I was like all over with that. And then I would gently, don't spit, because when you spit, again, loosen up blood clots, dissolve them, dry socket, not fun. And then you just gently let it out of your mouth, paper towel your face, because you probably got some on you, and then pop your denture back in. So in the short term, you don't give it a chance. When I did a video 24 hours of first getting a bottom immediate denture, a lot of people were, I wanted to show the realism of what we go through. I wish I filmed my top ones, but I didn't do YouTube until 3 months after. Because it was way more horrific. But doing my bottoms, my denture was kind of hooked going into my jaw, and dentists don't really know that once they pop it in, because we're numb to hell. So it's like, we can't really tell them, ow dude, bro, that doesn't go that way, it hurts. So when I was trying to get my denture in, I couldn't for crap. And I filmed all of this because I wanted to show the truth of what we go through. People should know, not think it's so freaking, I'm not Willy Wonka, I don't sugarcoat anything. So many people see videos, oh, this is no big deal. It is a big deal. You lost a part of yourself, so this mental process is going to be harder than physical. But the first 2 weeks or first 10 days are going to be the hardest pain. It is, especially when you have immediate dentures, it is excruciating. Because when it's sitting on top of swollen, painful gums, it's squeezing the gums so they can't go any further. So when you release your denture and you let it sit for hours, the gums are now big, fluffy, and poofy, and you can't get those babies back in, the dentures. So it is a painful process, and I'm honest, and you saw the tears in my eyes. I couldn't get it out. I couldn't. I tried so hard. And then when I did get it out, rinsed my gums, it was like blood coming out of my mouth because it was embedded into my jaw. And I still have the scar. Like, I could feel it, see it. Probably should have got stitches. But then when I went to my dentist, because I literally got it done on a, 3-day weekend because of freaking Memorial Day, I think it was, or Labor Day? Nope, Labor Day. Labor Day, September. So I was like, whatever September was. And then I saw him that next day. And I told him what happened. He goes, yeah, word, I see that. So he adjusted a lot. And I wish I could stress to you guys, because it was once tight and secure, even though it was embedded. He should have only just trimmed it back a little bit, the denture roll only. But he didn't. And he over-adjusted my denture and now became too loose to even wear. Which I'm like, bro. So, if any dentists do come across my videos, please, I hope you come across this one. When you adjust a denture, our gums shrink enough and we have bone loss. You do not have to do the inside of the trough with your Dremel. It is the denture walls only. The outer perimeter. That's it. So many dentists over-adjust, a little too happy with their Dremel, and then we end up with super loose dentures. Luckily, I do my own work. Thank you, Jesus. Or I would have been shit up a creek. But people are like, oh, my dentist said to just wear them for 24 or 48 hours and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, my dentist told me never to take them out for a week. First of all, that is horrible. If a dentist told you to never take it out, never, not even salt, warm water, rinse, just keep it in your mouth for a week, you know how much grossness, bad bacteria, it's going to be caked on blood, still gross. It's just gross. That's such bad hygiene. So normally it's 24 to 48 hours is the gist of what I hear from everybody. 24 hours is what my dentist told me. It's where you don't take it out once for the first 24 hours, and that's to protect the gums, let them bond the clot. You know, the immediate denture acts as a Band-Aid. So first 24 hours or 48 hours, you don't take them out whatsoever. So when people say not to take them out at nighttime, it's a separate conversation. So normally for 24 to 48 hours, you should not be taking your denture out at all, not even salt, warm water, rinse for the first day or two, because again, gotta bond that clot, gotta not mess with it, keep it protected, blah, blah, blah. Then you're supposed to see your dentist. They're supposed to take it out the first time. That's what they're supposed to do. And I've noticed some dentists don't, but a lot of dentists do. They take them out, they check out the thing, see how it's going, see if you need a quick adjustment anywhere, because sometimes you do. We're numb, we don't feel things. Then they put it back in and they say, okay, you could take it out while you're sleeping. But, like I said, swelling comes into play and you won't get them back in. Because you know how many times people have messaged me and say, Heather, what can I do with this? And I'm like, nothing. There is nothing you can do. Once you have taken it out and listened to your dentist, who, I don't know why they don't think swelling will prevent their denture to go back in. I don't know why they don't think that. They're dentists. They know the trauma of gums and all that. But so many people have messaged me. So many. I don't even know the count number anymore. I used to, but I don't now. Tell me that, what do? I took them out at nighttime, and on the fourth night, when she woke up in the morning, she couldn't get them back out, or he couldn't get it back in after the third night, or the second night. Like, it just goes on and on and on. And I'm like, guys, once your gums are swollen like that, there's nothing you can do. Like my bottom denture, I was doing a video doing the 24 hours, and if I couldn't get it back in because, you know, it was stuck inside, it was embedded, I couldn't get it back in again. And I had to wait a week and a half before I could put my bottom denture in because it was so swollen. So then he over-adjusted it, and I could really get it back in, but now it's all over the place. Yeah. So I had to wait for my front teeth to heal a little better so I could do my soft reliner on it, because these teeth were already gone, which broke my jaw here when they kept pulling when my tooth was hooked, and they yanked and snapped my jaw. Thanks for that. Good times. Not really. But know the consequences. I just like to give you guys all the information so you have it. I didn't have any information. I went through everything all on my own and made tons of mistakes and learned from it and did what I can. And I like to give people all the information so they can judge on it. So if you know the consequences is if you keep them out in like the 4th, 5th, or whatever night it is, you might not be able to get them back in. If they fit right, if the dentist did the dentures correctly, this is another point. The second you get your dentures, if they are super loose the day of extractions, that means they sucked at doing impressions and getting the denture done. That is when they're supposed to redo them. Don't hold back. You are your best own advocate. You need to say, yo, these are super loose. They should not be all over. You know, your denture, when you first get them, should fit like a glove. They should fit nice and good up in there, top and bottom. And, you know, if you have a well-fitting denture, I advise the people and against, do not take your denture out at night. You're supposed to still take out your denture 4 or 5 times a day for the first 10 days to salt, warm water, rinse your gums. But do not overly excessively take them out for hours. And then the swelling is going to be like bad as hell. It's going to be crazy. So that's my opinion. And I'm sure a doctor would tell you that I'm right. Because if you're going to take them out, it swells, guys. Once you take off that thing restricting it, it's now unrestricted. And it's happened to me. It's happened to hundreds of people I spoke to. So I always warn people, for the first week, don't take your denture out at night. Keep it in. If you got loose dentures and they're flopping everywhere and they suck, and yeah, take them out. Don't even wear them because they suck. They should be redoing your denture. Because if they're like falling down, first of all, don't wear them. Because you can actually, this happened to me when my gums were starting to shrink. My bottom came down and I bit down wrong to put them in place. And it got right into my gum and cut it open. So, yeah, don't wear them. If you first get your dentures and they're that bad, do not wear them. Period. Is it suck that you got a shitty set of dentures? Yes. It absolutely stinks because your life would have been better if you had them. And it stinks that they didn't do them correctly. You know, it's going to happen eventually. I always tell people before you go see a dentist, make sure you check reviews on denture wearers. You just check the review section. Anybody talks about dentures, listen to their reviews. Because that's the category you're going for. Because somebody can have 4.2 stars or 4.6 stars, but they might be great at cavities, root canals, and all that, but are they good at making dentures? So that's where you go. Me, I knew my dentist was good at it. I've seen so many things. I mean, was I lucky? He was the only Medicaid denture in my dentist in my area because he also does implants and stuff. Yeah. But man, does he do a great job. Like, I give him props, man. He's dedicated. And you don't see many dentists or doctors or just human beings like that ever anymore these days. So I definitely give shout out to the props of the good dentists out there who do care about the patients, who do make the effort to make sure that even if they're young with dentures, that they have a good set so they don't get depressed and lose who they are and get lost in this process, and that your empathy is greater than most. Because we need good dentists. We really do. And sometimes, guys, I only had 2 good dentists in my entire life. 2. The rest of them all sucked. And my dentist now and the dentist before him were my favorite dentists. By far. My dentist now is my favorite. I really hope he doesn't retire. Really hope he doesn't retire. I really, really hope. But it's every time I get a good doctor, they disappear. They move or they freaking retire. And I'm like, yo, I'm getting tired of that crap. But I'm just warning you guys ahead of time, if your denture is tight in place, you take those out. And you now unrestricted the swelling monster. You might not get those back in, or it's going to be a lot of tips and tricks to get them in, like I had to do with mine. My tops, because of sepsis and because of my autoimmune disease, and it was a freaking mess. I had more swelling than I've ever did in my life on anything. And I've had 37 surgeries now, guys. And that was an obsessive amount of surgeries where getting my denture in and out, I would cry every time. I would dread taking them out to saltwater motor rinse. I would dread doing a lot of stuff. And it was one person that I met when I did my tops at the very, very beginning. And she was like, Heather, whatever you do not take them out the first week or you won't get them back in. She's like, it happened to me and I regret it. I should have listened to that person, but I don't want you making that same mistake. And I didn't. I kept them in. So I'm grateful for her for that, because there's no way I'd get those things back in. They were tight, bro. That was like the tightest denture I've ever had. And now I have a set of immediates and permanents. And that was still the tightest denture I ever had to start. But I've learned so much doing this, guys. So freaking much. And hearing everybody and being a part of everybody's life and hearing their updates. And I always make everybody, when I talk to them, I always tell them, let me know, what the update is, and keep me posted of whatever's going on. That's your dentist is going to do for you. I feel for a lot of you guys who don't have good dentists. And they mess up your denture and they tell you too bad. wait a year until you get your permanents. How do you expect somebody to use it, you know? But I think it's soon about that time for me to write to dentists, start tagging them all, and get that video out there, because I did it 2 years ago, and I think it's time now, so they are aware of what we go through, because it's not easy. People think they could just hand off dentures and not tell us crap, and that's insane. When somebody loses a limb, right? Would you just give them a fake leg and say, good luck? No. They have to learn. They have to know. They have to know what to do, how to do this. And the more we grow and learn as denture wearers, the more we can help other people. It drives me nuts when people give out bad information. Oh my God, it drives me nuts. Some people are like, Heather, it's going to keep happening. Don't let it get to you. But how can I not? Because so many people that give out bad information, they come to me to help them fix it. And I can't. There's nothing I can do, especially if you have a warranty. There's really nothing I can do. But always make sure you guys do your research. I have been telling everybody that for years. Everything that I say that is a fact is actually a fact. I've gone through thousands of sites, talked to many dentists. I don't just plop up videos because I just want to hear myself talk. That's insane and freaking disgusting. I make videos to help people not suffer the way I did. And I believe that if you're going to be a denture YouTuber, do it to help people. Don't give them bad information because you think it might be right. No, do your research and make sure it's correct. That is the only way to do it. You have to research not just one place or two places. You got to go broad, man. You got to research hours to make sure everything is correct. You're giving them the right information. You talk to other dentists, and it just goes on. It's research. This is all research helping other people and make them have a better denture journey, not just to pop out opinions of, dude, I've seen people talk about use bleach on your denture. Don't ever damn use bleach on your denture. Don't. It will ruin, destroy. This is plastic and acrylic, bro. I can't believe people even say that. That just appalls me. And I know I shouldn't take it to heart. It's really hard not to. It's really hard not to take things to heart. Because I feel bad that I wish I could help if I knew. I wish that people would just have the right set of mind frame to want to help people. Not to try to be famous off dentures. The frick you can be famous off dentures, please. Some people do it just to, you know, it's like high school, be popular. No. If you're a denture YouTuber, take it seriously and help people. We're a community, and I wanted to build even my YouTube channel as a support group, as to help each other. Not have a bunch of Karens come on and try to talk mad crap or be disrespectful to denture wearers, to me, to my family. Go on and have such hatred. I do not allow that on my channel, and you will be taken off. You will see my videos all you want, but you'll never be able to comment. I will not tolerate that. To support each other is to support each other mentally and physically, not to destroy and hurt people. I'm not about that hate. Do not put it on my channel. Don't, because I will automatically delete, done, block, problem solved. Do I wish I could block somebody off my channel completely? Yeah, but they don't let you do that on YouTube. You can only block them. Sorry guys, my window's open. You can only block them from messaging, commenting, and all that. But not from watching your videos and your channel in general, which kind of stinks. But completely off the topic, do things to help and care for each other. If you're going to give out information, make sure it's factual. Because believe it or not, guys, and I've had to say this to my support group a numerous amount of times, and I have rules that I swear to God people don't read, and then they get kicked out of my group, and they're like, oh, why did I get kicked out? I'm like, well, you don't read my rules, apparently. But I've had to many times take people out for giving bad information or trying to sell things. Dude, that's like #1 rule of Facebook. Don't try to sell things on a support group. And you don't give out bad information that's actually not helpful. And how is that supporting somebody? It like defeats the freaking purpose. All right, I'm done with this conversation. Throwing something out. Okay, I'm done with this conversation because it's just going to go on and me getting irritated. But to let you guys know that once you lift this up, it does swell beyond measures. And if it's tight and snug that you get it, you're that person that if you take that out for a long term, it ain't going to go back in. I mean, if it's loose, then you'll probably be fine because it's loose and you got so much extra room for swelling of the gums and stuff, but not to eat, and that's going to cause a problem in itself, but that's a whole other video. But I love you guys. I hope you have a healthy, happy denture day. Later.